Hello, everyone, and peace of Christ, all of you. Please invite your friends. And our topic today is very important, for sure, for those who care for what's happened around the world. So this is kind of politics, economy, and security, a mixed topic. For sure, religion is involved at the end of the day. Uh, we made a video, if you remember, just a few days ago, maybe 10 days ago, maybe, about the sanctions which Trump he did make on Iran, and those sanctions is extremely harmful to the regime of Iran. Now, for me, if you ask me, I feel sorry really for the suffering of the Iranian people, because at the end of the day, the sanctions will hit badly the people first, which mean yes, the target is the regime, but the most people who will get the penalty is the poor one. And this is what happened always around the world. The rich ones, they are rich, they can survive, they have their saving, they have money, and their fridge always will be full with food, and they have no problem. But the regime of Iran don't care really for their poor. Actually, they are, they made them suffer. Iran is a rich country having a lot of oil, but yet there is a documentary, I don't know how many of you watch it, made in the BBC by an Iranian lady who went to Iran, and she recorded secretly a documentary about women selling themselves for prostitution, people selling their kidney to live, but yet Iran have a lot of money to give to Hamas, have a lot of money to give to Hezbollah in Lebanon, a lot of money to give to the regime in Syria, anyone who sponsor their agenda, which means the money of Iran is going out to all terrorist groups which is sponsored by Iran, because Iran wanted to be, as a Shia, a powerful empire, and trying to be competing with all other terrorist groups which is led by the Sunni. And even the Muslim Brotherhood, which is a Sunni, is under the command of Iran, which is very strange. But maybe many of you do not know that the first center for the Muslim Brotherhood in Egypt was paid for by the mullahs of Iran, which mean by the Shia of Iran. Now, what's happening now, that we have a few hours left before we are going to be in May 3rd. In May 3rd, nobody can buy oil no more from Iran, which means zero, total zero. And when we say total zero, buying or selling, that's mean Iran, almost the income of Iran is gone. Those countries, all Middle Eastern countries, they make money from one, like the major income for them is just oil, gas, like Qatar, Emirat, Bahrain. The majority of the income is coming from the oil. So when you close the faucet of the oil, for sure the oil is open inside, indoor, but if nobody is buying, so this oil is useless. They can do nothing about it. And Trump, by making such a sanctions, which is extremely smart of him, he did not go in war, he did not fight, he did not shoot, he did not even shoot a bullet. But look how smart this man is. In this case, by the way, I don't agree with Trump with many things, but in this case, without shooting a bullet, without going out to a war, he was able to force everybody in the world. And this is here you notice the difference between super country and a major country. Like, nobody really can force people to stop buying from somebody unless it is so powerful to the point you will face a consequence which you cannot handle, and that is America. So Trump, he understands very good how powerful his country is and how much power he have in his hand. So when he say, I'm going to put sanctions, everybody have to obey, starting from China, going through everybody else. If the Russia, if the Chinese, the biggest country in the world, most powerful for sure after USA and maybe after Russia too. Even Russia, Trump, he have sanctions on them. So Trump, he understand how powerful he is as a country leader, and he used his power not like none before him. He's a businessman. He knew how to do things in the right way. So what will happen now if we go to the few weeks ago, the head of the Islamic regime in Iran, he threatened to close, to shut down Hormuz. Let's see the news. All right. I'm looking for the news where he promised to shut down Hormuz. Hormuz is let us say it's about 50 mile wide total in the sea, in the Persian Sea, but it is, not all of it is good for ships to go through. So here you see, like in the news, you will see that Iran warns that they are going to shut, and this is the head of the what they call them, the revolution guards, the Islamic revolution guards. They threaten they are going to close Hormuz the territory, which mean all oil supply coming from Kuwait, from Bahrain, from most of the oil from Emirat, even from Iraq, including for sure Iran. But anyway, Iran nobody is going to buy anyway because of the sanctions. So the target is, if they can shut down Hormuz, that's mean almost maybe 40 to 50% of the supply of oil of the whole world is going to shut down. Now this will not affect USA. USA is #1 producer of oil in the world now. But if such a thing happened, that will affect the whole world. Now, can Iran do that? I don't think so, because then not only Iran is going to face America, Iran is going to face everybody in this earth, India, China, because they need that that location to be open. Let me open the Middle East map so we can see together. We explained before how this is work. All right, let us show in the map here. So now in few hours we will see if the threat of Iran was real or it was a potato threat, which means talk is cheap, doing is different story. So this is Hormuz, and let us make a line here so people will understand where we are talking about. Let us zoom more. So here you see in the map, in the top here you see Kuwait. This is the Persian Gulf, and there is exit for Iraq. There's a port for Iraq to import to export their oil, which is very important port. And then here Kuwait, and then here Iran, and then here we have Bahrain, and then we have Qatar, and this is United Arab Emirates, and then here we have Oman, and for sure Saudi Arabia is here. But Saudi Arabia, they don't really need this port because still they can supply their oil from the Red Sea. However, the Red Sea have a problem. Here in this area, you notice that the sea is very shrink, again the same as in Hormuz. So in this area, the territory of Taz, The Saudi and the Emirati, they did their best to control this area here. So the Houthi, the Shia, who they are there, they will not be able to close it today. It's very small territory. I mean, it's a small distance, and it's very easy to shoot any ship try to go through by even an RPG. So like, it's not like you do not need to be high tech to close this area. And then the oil supply of from Saudi Arabia will be shut down totally. So if Iran is going to go and close Hormuz, they will not do only close Hormuz. They will close Hormuz, and they will close this area here in the Red Sea, which means this will shut down, as we said, about 50 to 60% of the oil supply for the whole world. And that for sure, that would be a disaster for everybody. India, China, and we will show you the chart about how those countries, how much oil they buy from Iran specifically. But can Iran do that? I don't think so, because as I said, that will be open the gate of hells on hell in Iran, and Iran will not be able to close it. Maybe it's going to close it for a day or two, but then things will be cleaned out, and the regime of Iran will be cleaned out. You see, the problem with those Islamic regime, and always all kind of Islamic like terrorist mentalities, if you have a gun, you think you can scare the whole world just by having a gun. If you have like a Kalashnikov, which is made in Russia, the second he hold a gun in his hand, he think he is the most powerful person in this earth, and his weapon is extremely powerful. And then he started threatening everybody. Think everybody is just it's an easy shot. Like, I have a gun. So Iran shouting every day since the Islamic Republic of Iran established, death to America, death to Israel. And then they start shouting, and death to Saudi Arabia. And then they start shouting death to Emirat. And then they start shouting death to the Sunni in Yemen. And then they got involved in many wars at the same time, and they have to spend money in all those wars. By doing this, Iran has no friends. They have Erdogan, Erdogan here. Let us go up a little bit. Turkey have some borders with Iran, and I believe the Turkish, as always, they will smuggle the oil of Iran. They will do that because Erdogan is like a rat, the rat who always take opportunity of the cheese. So Erdogan always, he live from leftover. When ISIS took over in the oil supply in Syria here, Erdogan, he was #1 protectors for ISIS, and he was buying all the oil they have. He buy the barrel of oil almost for $5 when the price is 50, 55. So this is not only like 100%, like it's a great opportunity to Erdogan to make a lot of money from the oil of Syria and Iraq, which is controlled by ISIS. Now Erdogan, he have no control of those. That's it. ISIS is gone. The one who controlled the oil is not his force, and he need to find a solution. By Trump making the sanctions, so now Erdogan, I believe, as usual, he will take a golden opportunity. He will consider this as a great opportunity for him to take advantage of Iran, because now Iran will need him to smuggle the oil through the Turkish borders. And I don't know if Trump, he will be strong enough to spank Erdogan for doing that, and I'm sure he will do that. This is for sure, absolutely sure. I'm very sure that he will do that. I'm not sure if Trump, he will be strong with Iran smuggling the oil of Iran abroad. However, it doesn't matter how much they smuggle, they will not be able to smuggle much. Maybe 100,000 barrels a day, maybe, but that will not make a big difference for Iran. That is nothing actually. So the option of smuggling oil to Iran will not help much. They can smuggle some oil to Azerbaijan, but that will not make much, because those countries here, who they are in the in this sea area, they don't need the oil of Iran anyway. So who is going to buy? The Russian, the Azerbaijan? Nobody will buy it. So then Iran have a big problem. They want to smuggle their oil to who? To Afghanistan? Keep trying. To Pakistan? That even will be worse. So the situation will be horrible, and things is going to get worse. So Iran have one of two choices. Either they go crazy and they shut down Hormuz, as we said here. And by the way, Iran always try to take over this territory. If you look here, if you look at those three islands, let me highlight them. There's a small three islands here. Those islands occupied by Iran. Those islands used to belong to Emirat. And the purpose of occupying them is to control this tiny territory of water, because you see, the total side where a ship can go through is not even like maybe 15 mile total. Maybe like if this is, let's say 50 mile, still the ship they can use only like this part, you know, this part of the water is good for ship to go through, because remember those are a very huge ship, and the water here is not really too much deep. It's just 60 meter, and 60 meter for those ship is very, it's almost nothing. It's like, you know, those are very heavy heavy duty ships. So in the coming few hours, Iran have to make a decision. What is next? For how long Iran can hold their stomach from food? How long the regime of Iran can how they can pay salaries for their army? Who's going to pay for the cost of the living inside the country? Maybe Iran now have some money, you know, to survive for a month, 2, 6 months, but for how long? So Iran and the regime of Iran understand very well that their options is very limited. And now it is time for the moment of the truth. Either they have to bow down to Trump, and they have to drop down their threat and their support to terrorism, and they agree with the 12 conditions Trump he put on them, or they go in war, and then they will go with war with everybody, including even China, because by closing this area here, you are just going in war with everybody. Nobody will agree that you can close this area. Nobody, starting from the Chinese and the Indian, and the European, and you know, everybody. I mean, this is not a game to play. So in a few hours we will see what will happen. However, look what happened before the sanction like go final. About 15 days ago, Iran was flooded by the most severe flood in their history. It covered a huge part of Iran, a flood they never saw before. It's like the flood of Noah, if we can say. So things is not working for their benefit, and look like they are being punished. So the sanctions of Trump, the flood of the water, the drown of their money through many wars, mistakes, stupid mistakes, all of this will lead to a bankruptcy, to the point when they have the flood, the Iranian government could not do anything to the citizen. Nothing. They could not do anything. Millions of people, they are out of homes, but still they could not do anything because they don't have money. So if you think about what's happening, things is going really fast. They are going down very fast. Now, the Saudi and the Emirati and Bahrain and etc., they are waiting for what Iran will do. What Iran is going to do really is going to attack Saudi Arabia, because you see what happened when you have a fight with somebody is big. You don't hit the one is big. You hit the one who is smaller than you. And this is what they do in the Middle East. Like, you fight with me, let us say you are 7 foot tall. Okay, I cannot fight with you. You are, I am 4 foot tall. So I don't beat you. I go and beat your little tiny brother, when you are away. So Iran, she might try to make or seek revenge from the Saudi, because Trump, he forced the Saudi to announce that all the oil supply, which is going to be short, whatever countries are short of because of the sanctions on Iran, the Saudi and Emirates, they promised to increase their oil supply, which means obviously they are partners with Trump in his plan on sanctions on Iran. So it is possible that Iran will not go in war with USA, because they will never dare to do so. It will be the biggest stupid mistake. Remember, here USA have a huge base of American army in Qatar. And this is one of the irony things about Islamic countries. In Al Jazeera TV, they sponsor Al-Qaeda, they sponsor Mujahideen, they speak against the kuffar, they speak against they hate them all. But then at the same time, Qatar is the biggest base for USA army, if not in the Middle East only, in the whole world. And all the bases paid by the Prince of Qatar, which means their electricity, their water, everything is paid by the Prince. Imagine, and for free, just come here, because this idiot, this coward, he cannot protect himself, and he want to play. So he used American as protection, and he will play between their shoes. So he threat, he shout, he curse, he can curse anyone, and because the American are here, nobody will attack me, right? So Qatar now is a friend of Iran. You believe it or not? Qatar is a friend of Iran, but Qatar have the biggest base of the American army in the Middle East. Trump, just less than 24 hours ago, he announced that he is going to list the Muslim Brotherhood as a terrorist organization. As a terrorist organization. Let us search for the news. Let me show it to you. Hold on, give me a second. Because we have to connect the dots together in order to understand what's happening. And all of this does not happen for no reason. Always they are connected. Here you notice that Trump pushes to consider the Muslim Brotherhood organization as a terrorist group. Now, why now? Muslim Brotherhood are funded, including Hamas. Hamas is an armed Muslim Brotherhood brigade. It's not a different party. Maybe many people do not know. Muslim Brotherhood are really a terrorist group. And Obama, he sponsored them. And actually he hired one of the Muslim Brotherhood, a female woman, in the White House to be a consultant, and he built a little tiny mosque for her in the White House where she can pray. Imagine. So Trump now is pushing to make the Muslim Brotherhood considered to be terrorist, and I don't believe this will happen. Me myself, I don't believe really Trump he will do that, because if he considered the Muslim Brotherhood terrorist, then what he would do with Qatar, and Qatar, the Prince of Qatar himself is a Muslim Brotherhood. Turkey, Erdogan, his party is a Muslim Brotherhood. There is many, so either you have a friendship with them or they will become an enemy. So how you can announce the Muslim Brotherhood as a terrorist groups and Erdogan keep coming backward, forward to you? How you want to do that? That will make you a hypocrite and make you stupid. Because you cannot say Muslim Brotherhood are terrorists, but Erdogan is not. He is a Muslim Brotherhood. You see, Muslim Brotherhood is a party, have a jelly shape. They have many names, many organizations. So in Turkey they have a name for a party. In Tunisia they have different name. In Syria they have different name. But all of them, they are one organization. So announcing the Muslim Brotherhood as a terrorist group, which is the biggest Islamic organization, very well organized, and they are like snakes, as a terrorist group, that will make things very complicated. But I believe the reason Trump is doing that now, he announced it, and I believe there's many in the Congress and in the Senate in USA, they will oppose this. Why? Because many of them are sponsored by the Muslim Brotherhood. You know, maybe many of you do not know how powerful those groups are. I am very sure that inside the Democrat and the Republican, there is people who they are sponsoring the Muslim Brotherhood, and they will defend them, and they will not allow such a thing to happen. However, I believe that will not happen. Let us see if Trump really he will do it, but I say he will not. I hope I'm wrong, by the way. I want them to be listed as a terrorist group, but I believe there is many they will oppose it because Qatar will pay, and you know, Turkey will use their pressure on many corrupt leaders in USA, and corrupt leaders exist everywhere, and USA is no different. There is garbage everywhere. So I believe this is a threat, and he is making a threat saying to Qatar and those who sponsor Iran, you have to choose between one of two. Either I list for you the Muslim Brotherhood as a terrorist group, and that will put sanctions on you too, or you deliver Iran to us. You boycott Iran, you forget about Iran, you stop sponsoring Hamas, you stop sending money to Hamas and Hezbollah and etc. And Qatar, everybody knows that they send even money for every person who explode himself between the Jews. Imagine you go and you kill the Jews, Qatar, he send your family $100,000, $150,000 as a gift. So I mean, how in the world? Actually, Trump himself last year he went in the White House, if you remember, and he says Qatar should stop supporting terrorism. Okay, and what happened after that? Less than a week after, Trump he sold more than 35 airplanes to Qatar. How a week ago you said Qatar is sponsoring terrorism? A week after, Qatar became our friend and we sell them weapon. So what Trump he does, he play games. You know, he don't he put the pressure on them and then he buy them, which means he forced them to give something heavily valuable. So what is heavily valuable Qatar can give and Erdogan can give in order not to put the Muslim Brotherhood in the sanctions and make it as a terrorist group? Obviously, they have to leave Israel alone, stop sponsoring terrorist groups like Hamas and Hezbollah, and stop sponsoring Iran. If those conditions happen, Trump he will not put Muslim Brotherhood in the sanctions as terrorists, as we see here in the news. If they refuse, then Trump he might try to move forward. But even if he tried to move forward, still I believe that will be very hard. But because as I said, there's many corrupt leaders in the Senate and in the Congress in USA who they will fight this heavily. Muslim Brotherhood, they have branches everywhere. I mean, they have really, and they have a lot of money too. Qatar alone is, you know, Qatar just last week they bought 49% of Al-Italia airline. They are buying airlines of all countries, and they are buying companies, and they are buying land, and they are buying stadiums, and they are, you know, if you go to Europe, you will see Qatar owning a lot. You know, go to London, go to Paris, go to where you want to go. They are buying everything, and because they have too much money, they don't know what to do with it. Money is coming from the ground. It's gas. Small, tiny country. The population is like 200,000 people, and they have trillions of dollars every year. So what they will do with it? People in Qatar, they don't need to work. You know, every citizen in Qatar, he got a salary between 7,000 to 8,000 euros a month. People in Qatar, they don't pay for electricity. It's for free. A small, tiny population, a lot of money, and this money is used because of the Prince of Qatar. He put the father, he put his father, he put him in jail, and then he decided. Obviously, he was convinced by the movement of the Muslim Brotherhood to be part of it, and he became the faucet, the money faucet. They have a lot of it. So Qatar is a big role in what's happening. If Trump is smart, he should do his best to get rid of the Prince of Qatar and replace him with a regime which is against the Muslim Brotherhood. Because any terrorist organization without money, they are not exist. You see, even Al-Qaeda, even Hezbollah, all of them, still those members in this terrorist groups, they have to get salary, they have to get paid. Somebody have to feed their families, and usually their salary is big. Like ISIS, they were seducing people to come from Europe, from America, because we will pay you $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 a month, and the top of that, we will give you shares from the booty. We attack the neighbors, we take their money, and we will sell the oil, and we will give you shares. So a lot of money involved. When you stop the money, you dry terrorism. Terrorism and money, they are always work together. Hezbollah have another source of income, which is drugs. Drugs is a big income to Hezbollah, but that's not alone enough for Hezbollah to survive. Maybe they can survive the sanctions for some time, but they cannot do any major activities without the money of Iran. Same will happen to Al-Houthi. Maybe many of you do not know what is Al-Houthi, so let us take a peek in the news. I will find you something about them. I don't know how many of you you like the topic we are talking about, but that will give you some educations about what's happening in the Middle East. Al-Houthi. All right. Let us see what the last news in the last, let us say, 1 week of Al-Houthi. You see here, when you say Al-Houthi, right away you speak about the Gulf of Eden security. Because Al-Houthi, as I said, they will try their best to close the borders. Let us click at the images and see what Al-Houthi is. Houthi are Shia militant, and they are the same as Hezbollah, just different name. They name themselves Ansarullah. Ansarullah. If you go in the Quran, you will see a verse. The name of Hezbollah and the name of Ansarullah is coming from the Quran. So this is a religious militant. Chapter 5, verse number 56, it says, فَإِنَّ حِزْبُ اللَّهِ هُمُ الْغَالِبُونَ. Those who they are the members of Hezbollah, they are the victorious. So Hezbollah chose this name to be their name. All right. For sure here translation the word Hezbollah does not appear. Let us see different translation. Maybe we can find. But anyway, their names is a religious names, and they are Shia. They are Shia militant. And there is other Shia militant inside Gaza, which is a jihad al-Islami. Those are Shia too. So here it says the party of Allah. That is Hezbollah in Arabic. When you see the word party of Allah, that is Hezbollah. All right. In different verse in the Quran, we will see the same name, about Ansarullah. So the Ansar of Allah, they are the one Ansarullah. You see, so both of them, they have names coming from their Quran, and both of them, they are Shia, and both of them, they scream when they shoot, death to America, death to Israel. Both of them, they claim that they don't hate the Christians, but they want to kill every Jew. And for sure, when you say death to America, they mean by America the Christians. You know, this is their mentality. You will see here in the news, if we go back, that Al-Houthi, they are threatening, this is 6 days ago, they are going to shut down the Eden Gulf, and this is what we mentioned to you here, just if you remember, in this area, that possibly Iran will order their militant in Yemen to shut down this territory here, where the oil supply of Saudi Arabia coming through this area. And not only the oil supply actually of Saudi Arabia, there's oil coming from Sudan, south of Sudan. If we go here, let's see how many countries they supply gas. Egypt, they have their own, like they can still they will not be fearing too much problem if the Red Sea is closed, because still they have access to the Mediterranean Sea. But a country like Sudan, and the oil come from the south of Sudan, goes to this area, and then the oil of Saudi Arabia go from Jeddah, and then all of it will go through this little tiny axis, the Gulf of Eden. So the Houthi, they will try to close this area in order to make a pressure on USA to open this area or to lift the sanctions on Iran. So it's very possible that they will try, but are they going to be succeed? I'm not sure, because I believe that USA and Saudi and all forces there, they are going to be very vigilant, trying their best not to allow such a thing to happen. Because all what they need to do, if they explode 2 or 3 ships, same as here actually, this access is closed. You do not need to shoot there forever. It's very narrow and it's very shallow, and all what you need is just to destroy a few ships in this area, and you close it. So we will see in the coming 24 hours, actually less than 24 hours, what will happen. You can leave your comment and see, you can share what you think about what will happen next. But whatever is going to happen, this is a big victory to Trump as a smart man, and he was able to do things they were not able to do for a long time. And here you notice the difference between a president who know how to use the power he have in his hand, and the one who is a potato like George Bush, Obama. He made the Iranian rich. Actually, let me show you this chart. Hold on. Look at this. This is a chart showing the economy of Iran. The economy of Iran. Look what happened when Obama, who I believe strongly he himself is a member of a Muslim Brotherhood, he left the ban from Iran. Look what happened to the economy of Iran. George Bush, he did some work against Iran. So during his period, the economy went down, flipped down. Then Obama came and things became skyrocketing. And Iranian, they were able to generate a lot of money. Look at the chart. I mean, the difference is huge, right? Then the sanctions of Trump came, and the chart is upside down. Iran is going to go bankrupt because of this. And now the sanction actually did not start yet, by the way. He started more than 6 months ago, but there was 8 countries or 10 countries are allowed still to buy from Iran. The sanctions will start tomorrow, the real sanctions. What happened before, it was a sanction in most of the countries of the world, but there is major buyers. Trump, he gave them a chance to buy in order to prepare themselves, like to find different market, like China and Japan and South Korea and Greece and Italy, etc. So now look what happened. The economy of Iran is collapsing, and maybe they can survive for a year, but after, I don't think a year. I mean, this will be incredible. Look at this, US sanctions. Look at this. Do you see how where was the economy? Look at where it was. The economy was really high, and then suddenly the economy is so down. All right. Do you have evidence that Obama was a member of Muslim? Everything he did, he hired a Muslim Brotherhood in his cabinet. Everybody know her. Go and check it out. When he sent Hillary Clinton to Libya, they met only with one person in Libya. He is the head of the Muslim Brotherhood. when the president of Egypt, the Muslim Brotherhood president, he was thrown out by the revolution people, by the strike of people. The first one who stood and he threatened Egypt by sanctions was Obama. In less than 2 hours, Obama, he went in the White House and he threatened Egypt to have sanctions on them, and he even stopped giving money to them. So everything Obama did is against Israel. How much problems Obama he caused to Israel? Obama, just 3 months before he left the office, 2 months actually, he signed the biggest let us say assistant to Israel. Well, but this is just because he want Hillary Clinton to win. He tried to buy the Jews. Okay, forget about everything I did to you. I was bad, I was ugly, I was stupid, etc. I'm gonna give you a big portion of money. I will sign the biggest assistant to Israel in the history of Israel, in order to make the Jews vote for Hillary Clinton, because Clinton is the same mafia of Obama. Clinton, she used to go every few weeks to the Middle East. What do you have to do in the Middle East? Who she have a family there? Visit, you know, wedding parties, dinner party. Billy Clinton, he makes speeches in the Middle East more than he makes speeches in his own town. The same as the other one, with his name, this the redhead guy, I forgot, Jimmy Carter, this idiot. Jimmy Carter, he worked for them. Jimmy Carter, he worked for the Gulf countries. Their organization are built by the money of the Arab specifically. How many you know, when WikiLeaks came, how much money was coming to Hillary Clinton from Muslim leaders, and why? You tell me why. I mean, why they are donating to her? I mean, what for? You see, why? And then the king of Morocco, he sent her, I think, $25 million. Why the king of Morocco, he will send her donation? Go and feed your people. Your people are poor. So if you asking me to prove that Obama is a member of the Muslim Brotherhood, you know, you that's mean you are, you know, you don't want to see what's happening. Everything he did was against Israel. The first country he visited after he became president, it was Egypt. And the first speech about he made, he started praising Muhammad and quoting the Quran. And the video is still live on air. You know, I mean, it's in YouTube. You can go and check it out. All right. All of them, they are from one kind, you know, and you will see the Democrat, by the way, they hate Israel. Look, there's a Muslim congresswoman. She made many comments against the Jews, you know, and what the Democrat, they did nothing. They are the one who made her a congresswoman. She cannot be a congress by herself. They put her in the party. They recognize her and they support her, and she won the election by their support. And then the first thing they start doing is two females, they became a congresswoman, they start insulting Israel, insulting the Jews. New York Times just a few days ago, they published a character a drawing of Trump, he holding a carrot, and the Israelis, supposedly the Jews, they are wearing a hat, they are a dog. This is New York Times. So obviously the liberals, they are going so far with their hate against Israel. I mean, how you see, imagine if a Trump he posts that picture, and instead of making the Jews like this, the Muslims, they would eat him alive. Racist, KKK, etc. You know, so they are very, very corrupt. And Bernie Sanders just a few days ago, he says the government of Israel is racist. Is it? Racist? Why racist? I am an Arab, and I say to you, all the Arab in the Middle East, they wish to have a government like Israel. They wish, they dream. An Arab who live in Israel, he have equal rights, he have same salary, he have the same health insurance, even he vote, and even he have, there is many of them, they are Arab, and the Muslims, and they are in the parliament. So what do you mean racist? Even in the Supreme Court of Israel, there is Arab. Right? Kitabu Badai al-Zuhur. This is a different topic, truth. Maybe you can ask me later about this thing. So Obama, he did the biggest help for the biggest sponsor for the Muslim Brotherhood and Hamas, which is Iran. And then Iran translated that money, which is given to them by Obama, to expand in their arms like octopus. So now they are controlling Yemen. They have camps in the Congo, training camps for militants in South Africa. The Hezbollah now, the vice president of Maduro, this communist in Venezuela, he is Hezbollah. You believe it? Let me search. Hold on. I think most of you are outdated. You are not really doing a good job researching. Who is the vice president? Maduro. Let us see. All right. I'm looking to see. Maybe we need to search for Venezuela, not without putting the name of this guy. Okay, hold on. Venezuela. I hate it when you type and then you find yourself you are typing in Arabic. All right. Here we go. This is the vice president of Maduro. His name is Tariq al-Aissami. Do you see him in the left? He is a Hezbollah member. So maybe some of you think that we are talking about a small, tiny influence of Iran. They are expanding everywhere, building Islamic Center, recruiting, trying to convert from South America as many as they can to Shiaism, and then later they will organize them to be terrorists. And here we go. They are not just they are friends of Maduro. They have a vice president who is a Hezbollah member. What do you want more? And actually, they were planning to replace Maduro with Hezbollah president. But look like their plan is not going through. Right? So if you think that's you know, if you think like Iran is just a limited country, their fingers is only in Lebanon and etc. No, their fingers is everywhere. In Canada, you know, in USA, gas stations in USA, you know, just a few years ago, 2 years ago, Canada, they closed a very famous bank, and they discover that it's owned by Hezbollah. A bank is functioning in Canada for the last almost 30 years. Owned by who? By Hezbollah. And in case you do not know, by the way, what's happening in South America, the previous president of Brazil, he's an Arab. The president of Argentina, he was an Arab. Maybe many of you have no idea what's happening, right? The South America controlled by the Arabs, you know, the presidents are Arab. The difference is, like the president of Brazil, he's an Arab, but he is Lebanese, a Christian. The other one for Argentina, Carlos Menem. But what I'm trying to say to you, the Arab there, they have a huge influence and they have a big population, but majority of them, they are Christians, mostly Lebanese or Syrian Christians. But there is some since the previous president of Venezuela, Chavez, he opened the borders for Iran. Like if you are from Iran or from Hezbollah, you do not need a visa. You just fly to Venezuela, and you know, they give you residency right away. Not a tourist visa, residency. You can open a business, you can buy a house, you can do whatever you want. You are like a citizen. So Chavez, he opened the door for them, and they flood Venezuela. And this is why we see that the vice president of Venezuela became a Hezbollah member. So look what Trump, he in his time is what's happening in Trump time. Maduro, and I pray that this Maduro, he will go sooner or later. The Venezuelan, they don't deserve this. The whole country is bankrupt. Look at those filthy communists. The country is dying. I mean, if you respect yourself, just go yourself. What do you want? You cannot pay salaries, you cannot pay wages. People, they cannot even pay for the toilet papers. They cannot afford it. There's no electricity, there's no water, the stores are empty. Why you are staying? I mean, do you want to more prove that you fail? He will not. They prefer that the whole nation die and they stay. The government have money to pay only for the armed forces, because the armed forces is the only one can take them off, and the poor people, let them die. So armed forces, all the gold of Venezuela is sold, and the buyer is Qatar and Emirates. Go and search it. Go right now, search in Google. Emirates, Qatar, they suck all the gold of Venezuela. So now the guy, he is selling the gold, the reserve of the country, for a very cheap price in order to pay for his temporary survival. What is left of the country? But they will not let go. So before, Maduro was able to survive because Iran was supplying him with some money. Now Iran is out of money. Maduro would do what? Maybe he can borrow some money from China, some money from Russia, but those are not stupid. You borrow money, and if they knew that you will not be able to pay for it tomorrow, they will not give it to you. So we will see what will happen in the coming 24 hours. We will see if Iran will do something foolish in this territory, And I'm expecting Iran to start. When you have like a cat, you scream at her, or little puppy, and then he start putting his face in your shoe, going around you, like just let me go, forgive me, give me candies. This is what the terrorist regime of Iran. And again, we are not talking against the Iranian. This is against the regime. By the way, the Iranian, they are wonderful people, by the way, for sure, generally speaking. And the biggest church of convert in USA are Iranian. I don't know if you remember, I told you once, I saw a huge, tens of thousands in the park. I mean, I never saw such a thing before. I was driving and I saw in the park big signs written in Arabic letters, but I could not understand. But I know that Iranian, they use Arabic letters to write. So I stopped my car to see what's happening. I said, man, those are Muslims, all of this. So stop my car. I was coming to the park anyway. So I went inside, and then they have tables, books, I mean, you name it. So I start walking by, and then in the tables they have Bibles, and people have chairs and standing on them like speech corners. So all of those are converted Christians, tens of thousands. The biggest meeting ever I saw in my life for people who they are convert, ex-Muslims. So I asked one of them, I said, so what is this? Like, I see like you have a Bible here, so what is that? Because everybody's speaking Iranian, so I asked him in English. So he said, we are ex-Muslims, and this is a meeting, a conference for us, and we are meeting here in the park. And people, they come here to preach, so we have the whole day preaching. Feel free to join us, but sadly, you will not understand because it is in Persian. We are talking in Persian, most of them. And he offered me actually the Bible in the Persian language. I said, sorry, just save it for yourself, because I can't even read it anyway. I speak Arabic, but not, yeah. So most of Iranian who come to USA, when they got their freedom, right away they became Christians. All right. So we are not speaking against Iranian people. We are speaking about against this regime, which is really a disgusting regime, a terrorist regime. Imagine you go to school, you are a kid. In the morning, you have to shout death to America, death to Israel. What kind of mentality is mentality? How you teach a child? He don't even know what death is. So since you are very early child age, they start teaching you hate. And this is why really I find that what Trump he did is really something very important. And I can't wait really to see the regime of Iran kissing the shoes of Trump, saying to him, forgive us, because they have no choice. What they will do now? What they will do? Nobody will buy their oil. Where the money will come from? Look, China was buying from them 600,000 barrels a day. This is the chart. Those are the the countries which Trump he allowed them for the last 6 months to buy. Okay, so he gave them a waiver, as you see here in the article. This is from the BBC. So he gave them a waiver, and the waiver is for those countries. China, he gave a waiver for China to buy a maximum of 600,000 barrels a day. Then from 600 became 360, and tomorrow is going to be 0. India, it used to buy 563,000 barrels a day, then 300,000, and now tomorrow is going to be 0. Japan already shut down, actually they're lying with them totally. 149,000. South Korea, Taiwan, Turkey, Greece, and Italy. 8 countries he gave them a waiver. And now those 8 countries, by tomorrow, they will have 0 sales with Iran or buying. So where the money is going to come from? You know what I mean? Where the money will come from? The currency of Iran, the inflation of the currency is a huge, the same as in Turkey. Turkey is, you know, is going bankrupt. I believe Turkey, you know, like if not Qatar, if you remember, the Qatar, they flood Turkey with more than $40 billion promise, but they did not give the 40, they gave them I think 15 only. Turkey is bankrupt. The currency, there's no businesses, the war in Syria, the stupidity of Erdogan, he lost the election, economy is so bad, the inflation, the currency have no value. So Turkey is suffering the same. And yet this Erdogan, he think he can, you know, this is the funny thing about Erdogan. Erdogan, when he make a speech, he say, we will say to America, no, we are Turkish, we have our, you know, we are a nation, great nation, and we make decision for ourselves. And then when he see Erdogan, he kisses his shoes. There is something they say for in public, for marketing, for election, and there is something happen in reality. In reality, in the front of a Trump, they are a puppet. In the front of their people, they are heroes. Yeah, I'm talking about Erdogan. Erdogan, when he meet Trump, he's like a puppet. When in front of the election, in front of his people, he say great stuff about his power, and Turkey is amazing, and etc. You know, but in reality, you know. So look here, the currency of Iran is losing the value. The price is the same as in Turkey. Turkey in the morning, the chicken is at like 2 million lira, and then after that, it's a 6 million. It's come 2 hours after. Trump, he make one tweet, he make the currency lose 40% of the value. Just one tweet. All right. When Saudi fill the void, nobody will fill the void anyway. Saudi, they cannot fill anything. You see, it's not about Saudi. This is about collapsing this regime. This regime, it's time for it to go. Either they have to agree to stop their terrorism activities, or they have to go. How Trump he do it, none of my business. The Saudi are not better than but at least the Saudi, they are not sponsoring like people who want to say death to America. If the American, they knew somebody, he is wanted for them, they call the Saudi, they arrest him in 24 hours and ship him in a box to USA. Free shipping and handling. Iran is the opposite. Iran is a sanctuary country for all those who hate America. All right. Let us see here. I like those charts because they give you a good information about what happened really. Who should win Indian election? You know, those countries like India, they have election, but I don't think it's real election. People are not educated, people are naive, and the one who make a better speech and the one who control the media, spend some money, be in TV, he will win. They play with the mind of the poor people. Always in poor countries, with my respect to the Indian, always the poor people, they are played. They play them. So okay, what are you? Are you a religious Hindu? So now I will play Hindu with you. I am Hindu. Now I will become religious for you. So I will make speeches about me being a strong Hindu, etc., to make you vote for me. Then you vote for me. Second day I will sell you out. Where are they? Those you know, I mean, it's the same. You see, all those countries, leaders there, they are not leaders. You know, look at USA. USA is not even better. I mean, USA is supposedly a democratic country. In the election day, all of them, they want to give us health insurance. Like when you hear Obama, he's speaking about giving health insurance to everybody, you think it's for free. And then here we go. Obama, he made health insurance, and then you find that you have to pay every month $500. Where I'm going to get the $500 to pay for? What if you have like 5 kids? So here we go. He promised us health insurance, but now he's making money for the insurance companies, because now he made a law. If you don't go and buy a health insurance, you will have a penalty. So the naive American, they say, hey, we will have health insurance, hey, everybody's happy. And it's not, you do not have health insurance. It was the same before. The only difference now, you have to do it, you have to buy it. It's like somebody saying to you, you have to buy it, otherwise I will shoot you. You know what I mean? So always in those countries, as long the people are naive, there's no election. America is the same. Americans are naive people. The one who controlled the media, he controlled the mind of everybody, not the one who have the truth. You know, look, since Trump he won the election, they made him a traitor. He worked for the Russian. They made an investigation. Now, okay, the whole propaganda did not work. So now what we will do? They want his tax. Okay, now what we will do? If what we give you his tax, they want his underwear, and they will sniff it to find if there is some sperm coming from Russia. I mean, they are corrupt. They are not democratic. You know, when Trump he won the election, they start burning cars, burning stores. I mean, this is America. This is supposedly America. This is not India. So there is a machine. There is a machine. Like there's rich people who they are driving these machines, like George Soros. George Soros controlled elections in USA, in Canada, in Australia, in Europe, in France, in Germany. This guy, he tell countries what to do, what not to do. Same as in Iran, the money of Iran control many militant groups. They are the same as militant. So George Soros, like, you know, the guy in Hungary, you know, he said, I'm not going to accept refugee. George Soros, as if he's a president, he threat the country. I mean, have you ever heard of a businessman he can threat the country? Yes, he can, because he control Europe. He controlled Europe. And by the way, George Soros, somebody is putting a Jewish star. George Soros, he is anti-Israel. So don't play the game of a Jew now. Don't blame the Jews. He is anti-Israel. Don't you notice? Don't you notice that Democrats, they are anti-Israel, and he is sponsoring them? I mean, what's wrong with you? So when we want, we make him a Jew. When we want, we make him anti-Jew. He have nothing to do with the Jews. There is no election. If you think election will ever happen, and always in America, what happened? They bring us like 10 donkeys in the stage, and then they choose. They say, choose for us one. Which donkey you like? But all of them are donkeys. The only thing happened during Trump that he was not from the elected donkeys, and that drove them crazy. Yeah, look at those. There will be election. I mean, who are they? Those. What is the qualification for Hillary Clinton to be a president? You tell me. What is the qualification, or even for Reagan? Like Reagan, supposedly a conservative Christian, supposedly he's an actor. What is the qualification to be a president? Nothing. What is the qualification in this country to be a president? Nothing. Money, and big companies sponsor you. They put you in TV, and then a huge party support you. You know, the big money leaders, who the donator, they are the one who decide. And then you think you are making an election, but the fact they are already the elect. They elect all of them. They say to you, this side, and this guy, and this guy, and this guy, choose one. The same as in Iran. The Iran, they have election too. The mullahs, they choose like 5 or 6 names to go for election. They choose them, and then they say to you, choose one who will be president. But it doesn't matter who of them win. They are chosen by the mullahs. Do you understand me? There is nothing is called electoral college. You see, the electoral college will be real if you mute all TV stations. They cannot talk about election, and then people, they go to election, and then they choose the president. As long somebody, he can be in TV 24 hours, and there is somebody nobody heard of him, how you can have election? Do they have even equal time for all the members of election? Like you go for 1 hour in TV, I go in 1 hour, to be fair? No. The one who have more money, he is going to be in TV more. And then they can, you know, in a free democracy, you can say all lies you want. Here we go, they are saying that Trump, he was traitor. I mean, this is a they should go to jail for this. I mean, how you can accuse somebody he did not do such a thing, and you get away with it? But this is what they call democracy. You can fabricate all lies. Both parties, they fabricate lies against each other. There's no election in the world. No Indonesia, no India, no USA. There's no election. It's a game. It's just a game. And the poor people, they are always driven by the media. The same when they make you buy a product, you don't need it. You don't need it. For me, I was happy to see Trump winning, because if Hillary she won, that means another 8 years of Obama will continue, and Muslim Brotherhood will take over the country. They are under the control of Muslim Brotherhood, and nobody can question that. Everybody knows that. So this is why I was happy to see Trump winning. He's a businessman. Yes, he might be, by the way, involving corruption. Why not? I mean, he's a businessman. All businessmen, those who speak about billions, they do corruption. You know, and I'm sure there's some corruption somehow, somewhere. But that will not change the fact that he is 1,000 times better than the other corrupt. And this guy, his pocket is full of money, so he's not like them seeking. Clinton, he go to make a speech in Emirat for $60,000. You believe it? I mean, how low? You are a president who have a big salary, you have bodyguards, your house, your health insurance, your retirement paid forever. Even if he die, his wife, she will get the same. Why you do that to yourself? Why you go to make a speech in a wedding party? Why you go and make a speech in a circumcision party to get 60,000? And then they go to the Middle East and they speak about this Arab family. I am honored to be here, and etc. And they say the ex-president of USA is coming to make a speech. So they bring him just for a joke, you know. I mean, I mean, do you bet? You want to bet I can bring Clinton? That's what they do. They have a lot of money. Check, you know, 60,000. For 60,000. They can bring an ex-president of USA to make a speech in a wedding party. How low they are. Clinton, Jimmy Carter, all of those garbage. They have no dignity. For the sake of 60,000 you go. Why? Are you hungry? Are you homeless? What do you want more? You know what I mean? At least this guy, he is too rich to seek 60,000 and to be humiliated for the 60,000. Maybe he spent it a day, right? But anyway, and look what Trump he did. You know, right away when he came to the office, he changed everything. He flipped all the politics of USA. This guy, he is like a guy getting a sharp machine in the ground, and he is digging the ground in the White House. He flipped everything, you know, everything they established before, he is destroying it. And this is what making them go crazy. You know, there's somebody behind the Democrat making them try hard to impeach the man, to get rid of him, because if he stay for the other to continue until it's 8 years, I mean, this guy, he will destroy everything they have. Look what happened. The guy, he came in the presidency, and right away, in less than 6 months, the economy started going crazy. Jobs, economy, politics, everybody fear USA. Excuse me. Obama was in the office for 8 years. When Obama, he went to Saudi Arabia. I don't know if you remember. When he went to Saudi Arabia, 2 people waited for him in the airport. And none of them is the king of Saudi Arabia or even the crown prince. This is the president of USA, the most powerful country in the earth. 2 people wait for him in the airport because you see, you earn respect. When Trump, he went to Saudi Arabia, the whole country is waiting for him in the airport. The whole country was waiting for him in the airport. This is why a leader can change. Then leaders can destroy countries and they can build countries. Look at Putin. Putin, he took over Russia. Russia was collapsing. Women, they are for sale. Women bride, the biggest business. Poor Russian, they are dying from hunger. There's no jobs. There's no money. Inflation. They can't even pay for their heat. People are dying from cold. Putin came to office, and look what Putin he did. Look what Russia was when Putin came to the office, where Russia is collapsing, and look at Russia today. Who dare to play with Russia? They have billionaires more than they have anyone in the world. The Russian billionaires are all over. Business, economy, power, weapon, everybody buying their weapon. Russia became the most scary country again, as if it's Soviet Union again. So from collapsing country to a powerful country, that is what leaders can do. Look at Venezuela. They got those communists. Venezuela was rich, and now it's bankrupt. And what I'm trying to say to you, leadership destroy countries or make countries. You bring an idiot, you put him in the office, he destroy the country. You bring a smart man, he make your country powerful. As simple as that. So Trump, you know, by this movement he did, I think it was a very successful movement, and I cannot wait really to see what Iran would do tomorrow, when that's it, no more oil, no money. What they will do? What do you think, guys, will happen? Anyone knows? Who can guess? What do you think will happen to Iran? No money, that's it. Trump, he shut down the faucet of oil on them. They cannot say it to anyone. They can talk as much they want, but who, how, you know, what they will do? WW3, World War III? No, I don't think so. They don't dare. You see, those countries, they fart too much. They make too much gas. Do you remember Saddam Hussein? Who remembers Saddam Hussein? Saddam Hussein, he will teach America how to behave. He have 2 million soldiers. How many? 2 million soldiers. Not 100,000. 2 million. USA was inside Baghdad in less than 24 hours. I remember I was watching in Arabic the minister of media of Saddam Hussein, and he was speaking about the American, he called them the cows. The cows, they think they can come here, keep dreaming, the cows, we are going to surrender you and they are going to slaughter you. He was talking, and the American tank was just in the other side of the square, the same place. It appeared suddenly the American tank behind him. He was talking about the American cows, and the camera facing him, and then the American tanks appear from the other side, and the Iraqi army scattered everywhere. So if Iran will dare to play with the USA, I mean, you can guess what will happen. I mean, shish kebab, hummus. Yeah, that will be the biggest mistake for Iran to do. They will never dare to do so. And not only that, as I said to you, if Iran tried to close this area is sensitive to many countries, including China, India, Europe. So all countries will go against Iran. It's not going to be only USA. So you see, this is what is smart about Trump. Nobody now can say Trump is waging war. All what Trump did is something peaceful. I said, okay, if you buy from Iran, you don't do business with us. This is what the sanctions about. You understand me? The sanctions of Trump is very peaceful, very smart, because he's not going to war with anyone. If you do business with Iran, we will not do business with us. So nobody can complain and say, oh, he have the right to do so. He is the president of his country. He have the right to buy from where, not to buy from where, to do business with who or not. So the sanctions are very simple, very smart. No war, no shooting. Nobody can claim, oh, this guy, he is seeking war. He is not seeking war. So if Iran now make a war movement, that will be their fault, not the fault of Trump. Because Trump, he practiced his right as a president for his own country. Iran, they put the American army now, sanctions in the American army. Everybody is laughing, isn't it? You see, when President Trump, he put sanctions in the Revolution Guards, which is the Islamic militant of army of Iran. Iran respond by putting the American army. They put in the American army sanctions. Okay, sanctions. Everybody is laughing. You putting sanctions on in the American army. Everybody is laughing, right? So here you notice the power of a country, how powerful it is. And look, even China have to obey. We are talking about China. This is not you know, little tiny country. even China, because China cannot risk their relationship with USA. Their biggest partner and business and partner is USA. So everybody have to obey, and unless what is now it is nine, actually sorry, in Iran already sanctions is over, because in the third, I think this is the last day, is not included, which mean already the last day is gone, because now in Iran, local time in Iran, local time in Iran, 6:28 a.m. That's it. No more oil coming out. All right, that's it. And if you think about it, this man, he did what nobody did of all those 30 years, 40 years of president in USA. All those potatoes, they could not do anything with Iran. Look at this guy. Look how smart he is. In this movement, look how smart he is. I mean, he very smart. Took him 6 months. 6-month plan. And now let us see what will happen to Iran. For how long? Maybe they have some money in their safe. But for how long? So I think what Iran will do, they cannot go in war. They can cause some trouble to the Saudi. They can cause some trouble here in this area, but I don't think they will be able to be successful, because the Saudi already occupied that area, and the Emirat in this territory here. So most likely the Iranian regime will start playing cat with Trump, and they will seek peace with Trump. They will ask him for forgiveness, and they will ask for negotiation. Otherwise, the regime is over. It's going to collapse very soon. When people don't get their salary, when teachers, they have no salary, when army officers don't have salary, what police have no salary. You see, all countries, when you can feed the people, still people, they can let you go stay in the office. But the second the people are hungry, nobody can stop them. Hunger is powerful. All right. Anyway, so hunger, and I think this is what Trump he is planning for. This is the war, the game of hunger. Iran is going to face a very bad days. Already they are facing very bad days. So let us see what will happen. And I hope you guys, you did enjoy your time here. As you know, I don't really keep my videos, especially about politics. How is your opinion about Indonesian president now? I don't know really much about him. I cannot talk much about Indonesia. It's going to be foolish of me to speak about something I do not know much. I know some information, but it's not enough to say. Lebanon is Islamic countries? No, no, it's not. But you see, Lebanon is, because of the war, this is what happened. You bring a few Muslims to your country, and then they bring many more, and then you lose control, and then they became 50% of the population, and then they ask for to be they don't want the president to be a Christian. But they could not do that, because the Lebanese Christians, they fought against them, and still until now, Lebanon, the president is a Christian, the foreign minister is a Christian, the head of the army is a Christian, the head of the intelligence is a Christian. So let us say a major positions in the country is still under the Christian control. However, Hezbollah control most of the south of Lebanon. If we zoom here in this area, this is here Israel. Let us make some lines. This is the Israeli border. Okay, now this is supposed to be occupied by Israel. So here we have Hezbollah. Let us make them in different color. This area is all Shia, and they are loyal to Hezbollah. And the reason Hezbollah was able to recruit a lot of people there, simply because Iran, during the war, when there's war, people, they have no jobs, there's no money. Somebody have to pay. People, they want to eat, they want to live. Iran start they open centers, they give salaries. If you join Hezbollah, if you even get killed, we pay for lifetime salary for your family, retirement. So Hezbollah became a country inside the country, and Hezbollah control a big territory here, and in this territory they grow drugs, cocaine, heroin, all kind of drugs, and the drugs they smuggle mostly to Europe through Syria all the way through Turkey by the help of the Turkish, and then it goes to Europe, or they can use the ports from the sea. All right. Hey guys, you are asking me about President of Indonesia. I told you I have no idea anything about him. I do not know him. How I can tell you about him? I know nothing about Indonesia. The only thing I know about Indonesia, that in Indonesia there is a lot of Indonesian. You will be a fool if you speak about a topic you do not know. So I cannot say anything. All right. This is what I know about Indonesia, that there's a lot of Indonesian. I don't know if this is true, by the way, or not. I know that Indonesian people are very nice people, and I really care for them. I know there's many of them, they are translating my videos and they support me. They are very loving people. I can tell easy, they are very, very nice people. But I don't know much about, because Indonesia, you see, in order to know about a country, you have to be in the media, and Indonesian are not, they don't speak English for me, so I can listen and see what's happening. So they didn't have like an English heavy I mean, I never heard of an English channel, Indonesian channel, so I can watch and see what politics talking about, what they are saying. Always those who they are in the mainstream medias is the one you know about them, right? Can you also connect current event with biblical prophecy? Well, I believe, you see, anyone, the Bible teach that anyone he promote evil, he will be punished. It doesn't matter who. Just to make it simple, we are not taking a side. All of us will remember when Israel took the wrong side against God. What happened to Israel? Destroyed. Is that correct? So this goes for everybody. Anyone he promote evil, he will be hit by his own evil. It's like, you dig a grave for somebody and you hope to bury him, but then you find yourself in that grave. So the Bible is making it so clear. There's tons of verses. Evil do, evil get. Iran was promoting practicing evil for the last 30 years, and they got nothing except their evil. Evil will come back to you. All those countries, they promote evil, evil come back to them. And look what happened as an example in Sudan. In Sudan, the president, he was sponsoring the Muslim Brotherhood. Just 2 weeks ago, right now he's in jail. Right now he's in jail. Sudan is a poor country, but yet there's a lot of money. I mean, money in the hand of the government, but poor people are poor. They found a safe in the size of a huge building and full of dollars and gold, owned by the president, his brothers, his cousins. But in the screen, if you go on TV, he speak about we love Allah and we are going to practice Islam is the only religion bring justice and etc. 30 years is leading, controlling the country, sucking the blood of people in the name of Allah, and now he is in jail like a rat. All right, so evil do, evil you will get. By your own people will judge you. And trust me, I believe strongly that when the Iranian regime collapse, the Iranian is going to punish the mullahs with no mercy. 30 years of humiliation, discrimination. Imagine those who go and strike. If you remember a few years ago, anyone they arrest him in the street striking against the government, they take him, even he's a male, a man, they rape him in jail. They do that. So if you are thinking in the future to go against the government, you have to think twice. Not only you will go to jail, we will rape you inside the jail. This is how evil they are. All right. Look at the evil Erdogan. Erdogan, he have tens of thousands right now in jail just because they oppose him. Postman, teachers, journalists. I mean, even the garbage guy, he is in jail because he support. He accused everybody, anyone who don't like him, he accused him that he was helping the coup against him. So jail is full. TV, writers, I mean everybody, anyone who don't like him, he put in jail. Turkey is doomed. And actually, maybe this is sound weird, I believe that the best thing happened to Europe is Erdogan. Anyone knows why? Anyone? I say that the best thing happened to Europe is Erdogan. It sounds strange, isn't it? Anyone knows why I say that? Why the best thing happened to Europe is Erdogan? Let us see. Why? No? You don't agree with me? Why? Why you think he is the best thing happened to Europe? Thank you. Here we go. President Believer. See? You see, this guy is smart. President Believer, he just said, they won't let him to join European Union. Turkey was almost going to join. But since an Islamic party like Erdogan, and this guy, he keeps saying and making poo-poo. Now there's many countries in Europe, they are opposing the join of Turkey into European Union. So if not Erdogan, Turkey will be now part of European Union. And imagine if Turkey is part of European Union, what will happen to European Union? Biggest mistake. So he is not yet, but he was going through. He was going, actually until now they are still negotiating about it, you know. But because of him, all of this is in the freezer. So because of Erdogan, Europe until now is saved. Otherwise the Turkish, they will flood Europe. Erdogan, actually, he went to Germany and he said, if every one of us in Germany, he was talking to the Turkish, have 6 kids in the coming 20 years, we can take over Germany. He said that inside Germany. You go and search the news. So this guy saying it clearly, we want to take over Europe. We could not take it by war, we want to take it by population. And the stupid European, you know, sorry to say, I don't know how many of you are European, I'm talking about government, they are officially stupid. Like this chancellor in Germany, she is extremely stupid. She opened the door of Germany for anyone to come, and now they have millions of those who you know what I'm talking about. So Erdogan, he said that clearly, we want to take over Germany. We have 2 million Turkish. If every one of them have 6 kids, we would take over the country. And he's not, you know, he's not, this is their plan. He's saying that clearly, you know, and those stupid Europeans still did not get it. So because of Erdogan, Europe until now is saved. So this is why I say sometimes things might look evil and bad, but it can save you. So the evil Erdogan saved Europe. Otherwise the European, they are foolish, and they are going to open their doors to Turkey, and then they will be in big trouble with Turkey. All right. Yeah, European now are changing. Yeah, there's a lot of change happening in Europe. I hope they will be smarter. I see there's many parties are like there's a big change is happening. I hope so, and I hope it's before it's too late. But this is why I say Erdogan was a very very helpful to make European understand the nature of their plan. Because Turkey was supposedly a secular country, and that was convincing European to let them get in. But the second Erdogan took over, things changed. And this guy is talking about, he just 2 weeks ago he said he might take Hagia Sophia, correct? You remember? Just 2 weeks ago, Trump, he said Israel have the right to take Julan. He made a speech in the election, says, we will take the church of Hagia Sophia. What do you want more? How you can make such a person join your country or a government? All right. European are lucky because of Erdogan took over. Otherwise, Turkey will be a member of the. And if Turkey became a member, that will make 80 million or 90 million automatically have access to European Union without visa. And you have fun then. And then by having Turkey join European Union, you have all the doors from Iran, Afghanistan, you name it, to come to Europe. Actually, already Erdogan is making billions of dollars threatening Europe. If you don't give me money, I will open the borders for all the refugees. Right? It's a big business. What do you think about Congresswoman Omar? I think Congresswoman Omar is better than Congresswomen who they are not Muslims. I will tell you why. At least she is honest. At least she is honest. When she speak against Israel, she speak honesty. She's saying things she believe in. Right? The others, they are against Israel, but they don't say it. And I mean here the Democrat. So you see, Omar is more honest than them. Yes, she is anti-Israel, but she is a Muslim. I mean, what do you expect? You elect a Muslim and you complain why a Muslim speak as a Muslim? That would be foolish, right? No, she is not a puppet. No, she is not a puppet. No, they are the puppet. They are the puppet. She is speaking her mind. They are the puppet who don't dare to say to her, shut up. They are the puppet, not her. She is taking advantage that because she is a Muslim, if you speak against her, oh, they will say, okay, here we go, he's being like Islamophobic, etc. They are cowards. So she can say what she wants and she can get away with it, but they don't dare to. She is a member in their party, so she is better than them. Actually, her shoe is better than them. At least she is honest with her religion. She have more dignity than them, and I respect her more than them. I respect her not because she hates Israel. I respect her because she say what she believe. The rest, they don't say what they believe. Trust me, the Democrat, they hate Israel more than her, but they don't dare. Look at Bernie Sanders. Just Bernie Sanders, he said Israel is racist. Did he say that? Is Bernie Sanders is a Muslim? Actually, Bernie Sanders from a Jewish family. Everybody knows, but he's a liberal. The liberals have no religion. All of them, they're same garbage. At least she is speaking her mind as a Muslim, right? Yeah. Why are Trump invited Arab to join Europeans? How he can join European? I don't understand. You see, in this time today, we have a lack of honesty. Liars are the one. You want to be a successful, lie. Don't speak your mind. And the freedom of speech is a joke. Here we go. I have to take my videos every few hours down because Sharia law YouTube, they keep chasing me. If I say anything, Sharia law YouTube take my video down. But they say this is America, this is the freedom of speech. I cannot keep my videos on live for a few hours. I live in America, and they speak about democracy. I receive emails from YouTube. Pakistan complain about your video. Afghanistan complain about your video. United Arab Emirates complaint about your video. I mean, what's who I am? I mean, if you see the email I receive, it's like I am an organization. I'm just a guy making a video. Why in the world a country like Pakistan complain about Christian Prince? Who is a Christian Prince? Pakistan, a nuclear country, complaining about Christian Prince. Are we going to go to United Nations soon? All of them are the same. The liberals are the same. All of them, they are the same. You post, if you post the word stupid in Facebook, they give you a strike. You stupid. I can't say the word stupid. I mean, what's wrong with them? If you say the word stupid, this is hate speech. So what I should say? You know what I mean? So liberals are more dangerous than the cult of Islam. The real danger is liberalism. They are hypocrites. They are dangerous. They like to control you. They like to shut you down. They like to shut your mouth. Either you speak as they speak, or they will shut you down. The same is the same as Sharia law. Everybody have to eat the same food. Everybody have to say the same words. Everybody have to sing the same song. Everybody have to pray the same prayer. Everybody have to wear the same uniform. Everybody have to vote for one guy. His name is Muhammad. They are exactly the same. The difference is they don't believe in religion. You know, generally speaking, they are fake. Muslims, they have religion, but they are the same. It's like like one coin have two faces. And this is why you notice that Islam and liberalism, they go together. I mean, you see liberals are sponsoring Islam. I mean, how does it work? Saudi Arabia just slaughtered, you know, 60 people just a week ago. Crucifixion and cutting hands and cutting feet. Women, they are jailed. People go to the embassy, they disappear. But they sponsor Islam. But how did that work? How those who sponsor gays and lesbian, they sponsor those who kill gays and lesbian. Liberalism is a flag of hypocrisy. All right. And they in the, you know, and they like when you receive messages from those like Twitter or Facebook or etc., they say to you, you did say in this message to a guy stupid, and this is against our guideline. The guy is saying he want to kill me. I can't say to him you are stupid. So you know, there is a I got a strike. Look at this. I posted a comment, a hadith where Muhammad speaking about shaitan is black, all right, and the angel is white supposedly. So a Muslim, he answered me back. He said, have you ever heard of an angel he is black? The Muslim says that. I answered him back saying, have you ever heard, have you ever saw a shaitan he is black? For saying that, I got strike from Facebook. What I did? What I did? Nothing. You know, liberals, the one who control, who you see, they control the media, and they try to mute you, and they think by doing that they cannot mute me. I don't care. You know, they take account down, shut down. I will open a new one, and I will say what I want. Nobody can stop me. Keep trying. Do your best. Anyway, I think we are done for today, and I'm really excited to see what will happen next in the coming week, because the coming week will decide a lot of things. We will see how Iran, and I'm expecting Iran will start playing in love with the Trump. They will speak softly and they will speak nicely. and they will start trying their best to seek negotiation using their dog, the Prince of Qatar, the head of the Muslim Brotherhood in Qatar. This guy, Tamim. So he is the one who will negotiate for the Iranian with the American, and specifically with Trump. Let's see what will happen. However, I'm really happy. There's many good things happening today, and one of them is the end of a regime teaching hate, violence, terrorism, and was sponsored by Obama for many years. It's time for them to pay. Either they give up their terrorism or they have to face the consequence. I want to say thank you guys for being here, and this video will not stay, because they will take it down anyway. You know what I mean, right? I will take it down myself better than they take it down for me. This is the whole point. So I want to say thank you guys for being here, and I hope that I was able to share some information with you, something at least maybe useful, so you can learn more about the Middle East, which is a very complicated territory. I never saw complication exist as much in the Middle East. It's amazing. It's amazing. Prince of Qatar is a Sunni. Iran is a Shia. Sunni and Shia, they are enemies. But then you will find that Muslim Brotherhood, they are sponsored by the Shia. I mean, it's crazy, isn't it? I mean, like, imagine I sponsor my enemies. How is that? Because they don't have dignity. What they care for is the target. What this party can do for me, I will sponsor them. It's a strategy of evil. You see, a person who have dignity, he will never compromise and partner with the enemy. But a person who have no dignity, he compromise and he partner even with the one he think he is the devil, for he himself, he is serving the devil. So thank you guys for being here. May the Lord bless you, and until we see you soon again, maybe tomorrow. Christ is Lord and Islam is false, and see you soon again. Bye-bye.